Welcome to From Salem with Love. My name is Jacob Anaya. I am Fiber Dreams by Jacob on Instagram, and I forget what I am on Ravelry, so that's great. I'm going to pass it off to...
Okay.
This is Anna Campos. She's currently not able to speak. She's owner of Circle of Stitches. Her Instagram is Circle of Stitches. She's Toil and Trouble on Ravelry.
Okay, yes, I am Anna Campos. I'm Circle of Stitches on Ravelry. Also Toil and Trouble, because I have two. One for my shop, one for my yarn dyeing. But, yeah, welcome to another episode.
Here we are. Grab your seatbelt. It might be a bumpy ride.
Oh my goodness. So, anyway, let's start off with what we're wearing today.
Okay.
Today I am wearing one of my oldest and favorite hand knit sweaters. This is the folded sweater by Vera Vollimaki. It is a nice little raglan with obviously a bit of a boat neck, and it's got these cute little pleats on the front. And I knit this in like 2015 or 2016. It's been a while. And this is in my hand dyed actually. This is my Toil and Trouble sonnet. But my life is a little too crazy right now for me to be dyeing any yarn. And so I suggest as an alternative, if you want to make this very cute sweater, it's in a fingering weight, I recommend Malabrico sock. So I pulled up a couple colors to share. And hopefully I can keep my shit together for a bit longer. So obviously I picked a kettle dyed yarn for this, right? It's got a little bit of tonal. And so I picked a bunch of Malabrico colors that are tonal, starting out with a nice neutral. This is Plomo in the Malabrico sock, which is just a nice gray with some purple undertones. A for purple. And then I picked Aguas, which is a nice, like, sea green. Aguas does mean waters.
Ooh.
And let's see, what else did I pick? This is Tiziano Red, a nice deep red. And so you can see all of these are, you know, the kettle dyed tones. And this one is part of their like folklore and fantasy line. This color's called Aladdin. So it's a nice sort of muted purple with some like brown undertones. I really like that.
Ooh.
I might just keep it.
We might have to do another one.
I know. I would totally do this one again. And then for anyone who might want a brighter palette, there is also a lighter gray. This is Pearl. Just a nice neutral, but you'll still get some of that kettle dyed goodness. And since it is getting a little warmer, today's my first day not wearing a jacket. It's very exciting.
It's so nice.
So this color is called Light of Love. It's a nice bright pink. And this color is called Lettuce. It's a nice bright green. Because I like having pieces in these colors. Green. And then of course, like I thought about not, but I had to.
It's not a possibility. It's us.
I know, right? So, of course, Frank Ochre, which just makes everything fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
So, I highly recommend this pattern. It's a nice, quick knit, even though it's a fingering weight, because it's, pretty simple, but it's super wearable. Like, I've been wearing the crap out of this for the last, 5 or 6 years. No, it's been longer than that. Oh, God. 6 to 8 years, I don't know. But yeah, so, definitely approve of that pattern. What are you wearing today?
Oh, I am. So, last week I started another one of these because I wanted to do one in all of the spin cycle, but I'm wearing the Shift Cowl by Andrea Mowry. And so I just found it actually really interesting now that I'm knitting it another time. Just like I love I found now anyways, I love reknitting things that I knit way in the past, only because I remember when I was first doing this pattern, I was struggling with it so much because I didn't know how to do my left increases. I was like, it was my first time with an I-cord, my first time doing mosaic stitching. I wasn't great at reading patterns right away, so like I wasn't like following it so much. I did a lot of, sorry Jeremy, I fudged a lot of things on this one, but it's okay. Still made with love.
Oh. Do you have it with you, the one that you're working on?
No, unfortunately. I put it in timeout because I somehow have 2 stitches that I increased, and I'm going to have to pull it back to figure out where they were.
Oh, okay. Do you remember what colors you used?
Yes. I had Tones of Earth, I have
Shades of Earth.
Shades of Earth. I have Salty Dog, and then I also have the Family Jewels.
Okay. And you have a photo of that from Instagram, right?
I do.
So since you didn't bring it in, why don't we pop in a photo?
What was that weird sound effect? Okay. Like, no, I noticed it myself. Don't worry.
Oh my goodness. I'm so glad that you're my co-host because, like, y'all, I know that you're not here for me. I know that you're here for Jacob.
No.
Because all of you talk to me about, like, oh, Jacob's so amazing. He's so cute. He really is.
All right, we all need to now put in the comments below, heart Anna.
No,
write it down. No. We need to give Anna all the love. Shower her with the hearts in the comments below. If I don't see that lit up, I'm going to be so sad. It's just going to have to be all hearts. Heart Anna, heart Anna, heart Anna, heart Anna. No. We couldn't, I mean...
No, honestly. If I was here by myself, this would not be nearly as fun for anybody. So, anyway. So that's what you're wearing. Awesome. So today that we're recording is the official release of Knit Strips, which is a book that I had given you folks a sneak peek of. This is Knit Strips, and it was put together by Alice Ormsby and Karen Marr, but with a bunch of guest editors and knitters, and I'm really excited to be one of them. So this is released today, and it is a pattern book that is written in a comic strip format, which is really cute.
You know what? I don't think that we did last time when we looked at this one. We didn't show Comic Anna.
We didn't show me?
We didn't show Drawn Comic Anna.
Okay, hold on. I'll find it.
There she is.
Here's me. And I'm wearing my Oda sweater in comic book version me. But this is a really awesome collection of knitting patterns, and one of the things that was really interesting, the way that the editors wanted to put it together, is that they really wanted the patterns to be sort of very universal as far as gauge and like weight of yarn and needle size, and so the patterns are super, super adaptable. So like my sock pattern is a universal sock pattern, so you can knit it with any weight of yarn for any size foot.
This is actually really kind of interesting, like, because I have no concept of what it's like to kind of be in like a book or that whole process. Like, what type of process was it like with getting into the book and all the different emails or whatever went through?
Yeah, well, so this is split up into like chapters, like a comic book collection, and so mine's in the bucket list collection. You can see here my socks, and there's me. And so for this book, how I ended up being in it, there is a local knitter and designer who comes over once in a while. Her name is Casey, and I think she's Ginger Pidge on Instagram. I'll definitely put in the right link here, but she had already gotten a message from them about being in the book, and they were looking for someone to design socks, and she recommended me, and so that's how I ended up getting involved. But the funny thing is that I actually, like, then having gone back and seen everyone, I actually know a bunch of the people that are in here, like, so Casey's the one that's right next to me, but Jeanette is a good friend of mine as well. She's done a lot of work for Vogue with me. Julia Follow-Clay is a old friend of mine. Natalie Warner is someone that I met through Vogue who's amazing. So, I don't know, like the knitting community is sort of feeling more and more connected for me, which is awesome. But then, so basically, we started working on this 2 years ago. Yeah. So it takes a while. So they told me what they were looking for, and the process for this is a little different than other patterns, right? Because it's the knitting comic, and the part that surprised me is that I actually mostly got to put together my own comic. And so basically I put together the pattern, and then I broke it into sort of like if I was doing like a photo tutorial, right, where there's photos of each step, and so I was setting up each photo, and I actually sort of pre-sketched out the pages of the comic strip, and then that was sent over to a comic book artist who then did it in like her illustration style. And so that was really cool.
I find that's really cool. The whole thing is really cool.
Yeah. So that's really fun, and it's it's the world's first comic strip knitting book, and I'm
so excited.
Yeah.
And they must have found out that you have an amazing heel turning technique, and they figured out because of that whole sock pattern that you have, that Dreamweaver, because I'm obsessed.
So actually, the Dreamweaver sock uses a different heel type than I did in here because it had to be universal gauge.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But that's
I'm getting off track again.
That's okay. But see, so like I was saying about the gauge, it says right here in the back, the patterns are written to maximize the knitter's creative control. You do you with the yarn selection, gauge, finish size, and other customization, and will guide you step by step. So I think it's like the patterns are really excellent as far as helping you kind of break out of just like following a pattern literally as it's written, because you have to make these choices. So, but yeah, but it's a short row heel because then that works better at a bunch of gauges. Yeah.
I want a pair of really, really thick socks, so I may have to.
Do it.
Do it.
Anyway, so these are now available to order through my website, and yeah. Thank you for supporting it, I guess.
Go get yourself a copy. Right? No. Sorry.
Don't be. I'm gonna get a video of you doing that.
What?
For TikTok. You're gonna be like, get yourself a copy.
Go get yourself a copy right now. Wait a bit. Sorry.
Oh, great. All right, so next
You
up.
haven't told I'm in a mood today. It's okay.
You're just.
I'm
a
me.
mood.
I'm a whole mood.
You are a mood.
I'm a vibe.
You are a vibe. Low-key fabulous.
Low-key fabulous.
Not
Right there.
low-key, though. You're not low-key. Well, okay,
In person.
Compared to Jeremy, you're low-key.
Yeah.
But.
Like, in person, I'm a little bit low-key. Like, if you meet me. I might be wearing the brightest colors that you can see me from space, but I'll still be low-key when you meet me.
Only when you're embarrassed for, like, the first few times.
Yeah.
You know.
I turn all types of red.
Yeah. You're sort of like Zion, sort of like your dog. Like, at first you're like, I don't know about this, but then you warm up.
I haven't tried to bite anyone, though. Yeah. It's an option.
Yes. Well, you know, okay, so if I bring him to Rhinebeck with a muzzle this year, y'all will know why.
No, they're just gonna think that we're into some creepy-ass shit.
No.
Not creepy shit. Some shit.
But we could do it. We'd stand out at
I
Rhinebeck.
could wear all, like, we could make me a yellow Frank Ochre, whatever.
Yes, Frank Ochre.
Frank Ochre, like, jumper, and have a muzzle and a collar. This could be really weird. Rhinebeck, you're not ready. Anyway. We just went there on this podcast. I'm sorry.
And you know what? But I guess we should start asking people now if they would want a podcast meetup at Rhinebeck.
Yeah. Podcast meetup. Mm-hmm. Maybe even, I mean, everyone else does their sweater knit alongs. Why couldn't we do ours?
Because we haven't, I guess, figured out what sweater we're doing along.
We could do it.
Yeah.
We have time.
We do.
It's like months away.
Yeah, but let's not, like, say things on camera that we're, like, committing to that then we're going to regret. They're watching.
Hey, people watch us.
I don't know why.
Alright, we're getting off track today, whatever, but it's a fun episode and we're doing our thing.
Alright, so next up, you have a pattern that you wanted to share today.
Oh, yes. Okay, so everyone...
Deep breath. Recenter.
So, don't you know if you know this, but I'm a super fangirl of Stephen West, and he just released a whole bundle of patterns. So the one that I'm doing today is actually, I believe if I'm correct, it's based off of a previous pattern that he had for a shawl, which is the Dustland shawl. But he just released the Dustland sweater, which I cannot purchase yarn for right yet because I have probably yarn for 7 different sweaters that I need to start knitting. But I have color suggestions for all of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, I can never knit all the things that I want to knit, so I just knit vicariously through other people.
I do
so
too.
When you folks knit the things that we're excited about, I feel like I'm indirectly
and
like,
all your
like,
color choices.
Yeah.
Like everything I like. So I've only released one pattern, but sorry, I'm getting distracted again, but it's okay. I've only released like one knit pattern, but I think that my favorite part of when I release a knit pattern, or even any pattern that I've been following for a while, is seeing everyone else's knit up version of it and their color choices.
I agree.
Because then you're like, you don't know what the capabilities of whatever you are writing could be, because you have an idea in your head of like what it's gonna look like.
Yeah.
But then someone will add like a color combination that you would have never thought of, and it looks amazing.
Yeah.
So that's my little off track moment. Now let's get back to the colors for the Dustland sweater, and also put in a picture of that sweater. So we're gonna go right now and go.
I'm glad that's your new thing now.
What the?
Yeah.
I can't do the tongue click because I've never been able to do it. It's hard. Don't even try.
Like that?
Yeah, no, it's louder though. Jeremy will do it and it'll be like, you'll hear it across the whole apartment and it'll be like, oh, tongue click shame. Anyways, so, we already did the picture.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, did we? No. Yes, we
did. I did the noise. That's why we went with it. Okay. So,
Club's on break from school this week, so we've got a lot of energy.
I have a lot of energy. I haven't been bogged down by memorizing everything. Anna's finally getting me back to my normal personality that she's used to. So I did.
I love you so much.
Okay, so it's a worsted weight. It's a worsted weight yarn, and it's originally written in La Bien-Aimée Corey, but
which is a nice rustic yarn.
It's a nice rustic yarn. So we went with the Harrisville. I was gonna get there eventually. Harrisville Watershed, and I thought because the pattern picture is kind of in like a yellowy color, so this one would be cool too. This one is called Eastview. Am I right in the camera view?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, and it's got all these little fun little dashes of different colors in within the yellow, which is very Corey-like. Yeah. And I just love it. It's yellow.
Yeah, so Harrisville, for folks who don't know that mill, and I'm pretty sure I've talked about them like many times here because we love them. They're a family-owned mill that is up in Harrisville, New Hampshire, about 2 hours from here, and so they're like family-owned and operated. They have a lot of their original mill equipment. It's really, really cool. Their watershed line was using water-powered equipment to create, and all their style is this like woolen spun, with the tweeds. They are actually the mill that spins Brooklyn tweed yarns.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Good to know. Okay, so.
Yeah, so we're pretending that there aren't people looking at us in the door right now.
It's okay. Everyone has stalkers, and we have ours too. All right, so. All right, so this is another one of the watershed. It is called Monarch. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
I think actually the first sweater that I had ever knit was supposed to be in this color. And it was supposed to
Didn't you use some of that in the baubles?
No, not the bauble one. The one that was from Ron Strong. That was the Henley. The first one I ever knit. Was, and then I ended up
quince. But
I did quince, but I did not do it. But I didn't know it was this color.
Yeah.
That it was supposed to be in. And then I have another one.
2 more, right?
Yep, I have 2 more that aren't in the watershed.
No, you have 1 more watershed.
Under
your bum.
Under my butt. I'm sitting on watershed. Whew. That's an awakening experience. Anyways, so this one, what's the color?
Spoonwood.
Spoonwood.
It's nice, beautiful green.
Yeesh. And then, got this lovely little bluish purple one. Watershed Silver Lake.
Yeah, I love that one.
And then if you weren't going to do some of the rustic yarn.
I'm going to put them over here.
I was struggling for a minute. That's what good friends are for. So this one is Sunset from Malabrico. I think it would be very pretty in this. The reason I kind of... there are a couple ones in there that weren't so much brighter colors, but I think I've said this before. I feel like when you do like lots of stitch work, the lighter colors kind of show off that stitch work a little bit better than the darker colors. So that's why I kind of tend to pick lighter colors for color like stitch work, like cables and stuff like that.
Yeah. One of the good things about that sweater is that it looks really complicated with the all over texture, but it's all just knits and purls, so it's actually really easy, and it's easy to customize the length on it too. Yeah. And if you do it with the Rios, it's not going to have that sort of like fuzzier, rustic yarn look. This is going to be a little bit crisper. That'll be really nice. Yeah.
And then we have this one here, which is Melon. Which I love. And some of another thing with the rustic yarns, I'm going to hand you to you. Another thing with the rustic yarns is that sometimes you can make them like, a lot of people I might hear make the complaint they don't like the texture sometimes, but you can really soften that up with a little bit of fabric softener or like your hair conditioner.
Hair conditioner works really well.
In that when you soak it. So it'll really kind of make it really nice and soft.
It does. All right. Well, thank you. So, I am excited because we've been waiting for a while to show off this yarn. We got a new yarn in the shop, and we had a whole drama with FedEx trying to deliver things at 4 in the morning. Anyway.
Who does that? FedEx. Step your game up.
FedEx drives me crazy. They really do. But I'm so excited. So, I have a new yarn that's called the Yin and Yang Collection by Loop Fiber Studio. And Loop Fiber Studio is a one-woman show, a woman called Stephanie, and I met her at Rhinebeck. You know, a few years ago, she's more known for her spinning fiber bumps than she is for her yarn. But I'm not much of a spinner, so I fell for the yarn. But this yarn is really lovely because it is sets of inverted marled colorways. And so what do I mean by that? I actually have whipped up a little hat that I just got off the needles. I haven't even woven in the ends yet. But so this is the two original colorways, yin and yang, right? In a little hat that I put together. I will put a link to this in the notes, right? But obviously the black background is one colorway, the white background is a different colorway. And so she has a bunch of colors that are set up to work like this. And you know, if you're curious, here's my two skeins.
And it's wicked soft.
It is really soft. So like the hand of this yarn is amazing. It's like super springy. It just feels awesome. And I haven't woven the ends in yet, but I guess if you wanted to see, it's just a cute,
it's so cute.
Cute little slouch. And so, so for example, you know, here's one of the two sets, and the names are really fun too. So this is Far and Wide, and so you can see this one has, you know, is dominant with the bright blue. This one's dominant with the cream, and they pair really nice together. Here's another one. So this is a green set, and these are Sew On and Sew Forth. Right, so you can see again, green dominant, cream dominant. Ooh, where did they go? Oh, here is the ones that I used, the original colors. Right, so yin and yang, which are the monochromes, which is what I'm wearing right now. And then of course, there has to be some purple. I'm not showing all the colors because otherwise we're going to be here a while. But this is Sorry and Not Sorry. And here's another purple, which is Peace and Quiet. All right, so now we're moving away from the, you know, the creams, right? With some color marls. This one is Once and For All. And so that is a, I can't tell if that's a black or a navy. Is that navy or black?
It looks navy.
I think it's navy, yeah. So it's like navy and royal blue. And just a couple more. This is Wait and See. So it's turquoise and like a dark purple. Well, I guess it's not quite turquoise, it's more of a mint. And this is one of my favorites. This is the combination that sort of first made me really fall in love with it. This is Song and Dance. And so it's again that like minty color with a nice bright red. And the thing with this yarn is that like I feel like the photos don't quite do it justice. Like look how pretty that is. So I am really in love with this. This is, you know, another small company that I'm really excited to partner with. And the way that this hat pattern is going to work is that you're basically going to be able to make a pair of inverted hats with two skeins. So I'll be casting on the version that is the opposite of this very soon. And so you'll be able to get two hats out of two skeins and give one to your BFF.
Ooh. Wait. Hinging?
Maybe. I don't know.
Possibly.
We'll see. I don't know.
I got a big Melon.
I don't know. I mean, I might have a boyfriend who tried to steal this hat from me, so we'll see.
Alright, so actually that would be really cute.
That would be cute.
Y'all just having your little mixed-matched hats.
We'll see. We'll see. I'll tell him that if he wants it, he has to be willing to wear it with me. So we'll see how
and
that
post
goes.
a picture with it.
Obviously,
So
for the gram. Obviously. So yeah, so that's Loop. I'm really, really excited for these. All right, so Loop Fiber Studio. Here's the tag. So
That could be really cute.
very, very exciting.
Sorry, I was
That's okay.
getting distracted by yarn.
Okay.
Because I have a working theory that this could potentially be used as that one for the metamorphic.
Yeah.
So I have a working theory.
Okay. Yeah, we're exploring whether we can use this for Andrew Maury's metamorphic sweater. There might be some swatching that needs to happen. So yeah, so you have one more pattern to share today.
What was? I need the name of it again. Sorry.
That's okay.
All right, so I have a pair of fingerless mittens called Homeward by
Alicia Plumer.
Thank you.
Alicia's very, very sweet. She's someone that I've gotten to know online over the last few years, and we've become decent friends, even though we've never met in person. She's up in Maine. And her designs are really special, but one of the things that's really amazing, if you like pull up her patterns and you read her descriptions, there's always a story. Like she uses her patterns for storytelling in a really amazing ways, and so it's like they're all like really, really personal and beautiful. So anyway, so this one's Homeward.
Yes, and it uses 4 different colors of yarn. You have 3. Oh, we didn't even put in a picture.
Yeah, let's go ahead and put in a picture now. You didn't do the noise.
I did. Okay, so it uses 4 different colors. You have 1 main color and then 3 different contrasting colors. And so it uses Harrisville, Shetland, which I'm going to, again, go off topic because I'm currently knitting something in Shetland. But I think on our podcast we like to do a little bit of educating while we're having fun and joking and talking about different things.
Right, we have to balance out the nonsense with
valuable we have
content.
to have a fully rounded show.
Yeah, so you've been working on, what's it called? Cypress? Cedar by Ash Alberg.
Yes. So the thing with this is that I had originally, there was a Jared Flood hat that I was obsessed with that was, I think it's the trifold hat, that has all these fun, like, backwards loop twisty things that you do with it. And I had originally picked 2 skeins of that for that pattern, but then with me I see something and go, ooh, pretty, and then run towards it. And at Rhinebeck I had seen Chris's version of this in, I believe it was gray.
All right, and because people keep asking like who our friends are that we keep randomly name dropping, so Chris Tierney is at Infinity of Hats on Instagram, and I'll pop his link in. Yes. Surprise, Chris! Yeah.
Right there. You're gonna have people following you, Chris. Sorry, buddy. So here's mine. Now I don't know how much.
Yeah, we can see that a little bit.
You can see it a little bit, but for
much.
me, because I have a little bit of OCD involved, there's you want to be careful with your dye lots for your yarn. So I was under kind of, I thought like, oh, it's like kind of mixy and foliagey, and it won't really matter as much about like
it's really
the
slight,
ones. It's
though.
very slight, but
like up here, right?
When you're me and you go neurotic over things like that, it will drive you nuts a little bit. But ways to kind of get over this and make it a little bit less noticeable is that you can kind of fade in the next color or the next skein, and you can kind of do like a 1-in-1 back and forth, or in this case, because it's going back and forth with knit and then purl, you could do like 2-and-2.
Yeah, so basically what you're talking about is taking a solid color but striping it, which is a technique that you also use when you're working with hand-dyed yarns, because even if they're the same dye lot, like this is really good advice from Malabrico Rios, their skeins, even if they're the same dye lot, can have variation. And so if you're striping the skeins, it's constantly mixing them, but obviously you won't get a striped garment because it's all the same color. And so what Jacob's talking about with the 2-and-2 is because, you know, this is knit flat, so you have to go and come back. And so you would basically stripe the yarn every 2 rows, and this would sort of gradient and shift instead of just being like a hard line. But again, it's very slight. So basically it's kind of the technique that Andrea Mari uses in her Comfort Fade cardi, except that, you know, it's just with one color, but that helps kind of blend it.
Yeah. And so now I'll go over the colors that I had for the other one, but I got sidetracked because I wanted to talk about that for a minute.
That was fine.
All right.
So these are the colors that we have for Homeward.
All right. I'm going to start. For this first one would be your main color. It is Harrisville Shetland, and it's called Silver Mist. And
which
then,
I used for my rivulet shawl, which we've shown here. Yeah.
And then you could use, would have the 3 alternating colors, or the 3 contrast colors. Of course, because it's me, I would have some type of yellow. So this one is gold by them. And then we have Peacock. Now I'm thinking of Katy Perry, but that's okay.
Yeah, this is a really nice. I feel like the greens are kind of getting lost a little bit on camera. It's a really nice teal.
And then this one is grass.
Ass is grass. Oh God, it's infectious.
It is.
I'm turning into you.
You are. You're welcome.
Like, I'm just going to say random things that make no sense.
They make absolutely no sense. At least you haven't tried to airplane a skein of yarn into me yet, because I did that once.
That's true.
All right. So, Oh, I kind of ruined the surprise. I put them all over here and everyone saw them. Alright, so this one is called Oatmeal. And then you could have Periwinkle. And then Cobalt.
I like that one.
Yeah. And then Woodsmoke.
Woodsmoke? Really? That's what that color's called?
I don't know if they got...
I wonder if it has the wrong tag on it.
Should we go and check right now?
Hold on, stay tuned.
Okay.
Entertain them.
Hi! Everybody, break down, have a dance party. Anna's running to go and grab another skein that she can barely reach.
It still says Woodsmoke, so either... I don't know.
She's coming back.
It still says Woodsmoke.
Coming
That
back.
just seems odd, so I guess I'll confirm in the show notes later whether these are just mistagged or if that's really called Woodsmoke, because
It could be called Woodsmoke.
just seems unexpected. Anyway,
Listen, simple surprises. Alright.
I'm really feeling the fall vibes of
The
this
fall
one.
vibes. Well, I have a thing with fall vibes. I like it a lot. This one's called Sand. And then Teak. And then Foliage, which is the one that I'm using right now currently.
Mm-hmm.
And then Russet.
Beautiful.
And
I
the
really
other
like
one-
this one.
That you could also probably, if you didn't like one of them, you could put that gold color that I showed
That's true.
in with it, and then you would still kind of have that same vibe.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, you could even put a Woodsmoke, who may or may not actually be called Woodsmoke.
Not actually be Woodsmoke.
But that would be kind of cool too.
It would be. I like the little blue in there.
Yeah.
Bluish green.
So, this might be our longest episode yet, because I remember, we've just added a bunch of random rambling.
Mm-hmm.
But,
But it's fun. And you guys can play with us. I don't know.
Anyway, so that's what we have to share with you today. Go ahead and show Knit Strip some love, and you can order a copy. And let us know what you want to hear more about as we move into the warmer months.
And make sure you comment "Love Anna" underneath. Do it. Heart with Anna's name.
Aww.
Do it.
But also, like, comment, and subscribe to our podcast to keep up with us. That too.
I was gonna say no because she was gonna say don't, but then she said the other thing. Okay.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.